Oh, hey there. Welcome back to another episode of Rustic Renderings. I'm your pal RJ, and today we're going to make a celebration board. Now, you're probably asking yourself, just what is a celebration board? It's a board that helps you remember to celebrate different things like anniversaries and birthdays. So, you might also be asking yourself, hey, where's RJ at? He's just floating around on Nimbly Dimbly. Well, actually folks, I'm using a little technology called green screen. This helps me explore different areas, so I don't have to use a bunch of props. All I really need is this little green screen right behind me. Pretty cool, huh? It's the finest technology that 1982 has to offer. Well, let's get to it. That celebration board's not going to make itself.
Just like any good rustic project, we're making ours out of wood. And even though it's not pallet boards, still came from a tree. No matter what project you're working on, it's always a good idea to write out your plans and your ideas first. Like maybe when I'm filming these voiceovers for these rustic projects, maybe I should have a script in front of me. But then again, that would probably prohibit me from rambling on about nonsense. And that wouldn't be good for anybody. Now would it? Hey, you remember how I covered that entire board with masking tape? I'm about to regret it. That's right. Instead of cutting through that masking tape like I thought it would, all it did was burn it up and melt it into a big, rubbery gumball mess that got into every little groove that I had to dig out afterwards. So, lesson learned. Now, a lot of people look at a mistake and refer to it as a screw-up. But I refer to it as a learning opportunity. Just like a prize fighter who doesn't want to break his wrists during a match, I'm gonna get this baby all taped up. For all these lettering inlays, I'm gonna spray paint them all with this nice semi-gloss white. Just like my wallet in my back pocket on a 12-hour trip, sanding is a real pain in my butt. You see, folks, this is why I was hoping that masking tape from the beginning would have worked out. It would eliminate all this useless garbage. But, oh well, life's full of tiny lessons. Yeah, I know. They're not technically sawing anything because they don't have any saws or blades, but they are cutting down a bunch of trees, and that seems really cool anyways, so get off my back. For all the name and date chips for the celebrations board, I'm using this dowel rod and I'm just cutting it into little tiny slivers. Yep, it's our favorite thing once again, folks. But this time's not so bad. Look at that. See how that shot out of my hand there? Forget this noise. Maybe the palm sander's not the best tool of choice for this particular endeavor. And no, folks, my hands didn't suddenly morph into an 8-year-old's hands. That's just my son helping me out. Our little name and date chips need to be all hangly-dangly from the board, so I'm going to drill some holes in there so we can slot in some S-hooks. My first attempt at this was actually to drill the stick before I cut it into little pieces, and that didn't work out so well. No, we're not actually using a chainsaw for this next bit. I'm using my scroll saw to cut some of these little chips into hearts. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and drill some pilot holes for these little eye hooks to screw into. Ew, it's really gross actually. This here is the same Danish oil that I used on the last video. I'm gonna go ahead and apply about 7 or 8 coats of this Danish oil onto the board. Gonna get it nice and dark. Oh yeah, we're gonna go darker than that. I apologize, but I just can't find any funny pictures or videos of routers. Anywho, what I'm doing now is marking a couple spots on the board, and I'm going to use my new keyhole router bit to cut some keyholes in here so it'll hang on the wall. Boy, that little turkey worked better than I thought it would. Now we just got to screw in our eye hooks for all of our hangly dangly bits to hang from. And we got to do some last minute touch-ups before we wrap this baby up. Here you go, folks. Here's our finished product.
Oh, hey there again. Would you look at that? Just think, you yourself could be not forgetting all your loved ones' birthdays and anniversaries in no time flat. All it takes, a little bit of wood, a little bit of paint, a little bit of stain, and a lot of love. And just to get you started, that one's on the house. I'm your old pal RJ. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time here at Just Joshin' Around Rustic Renderings. Bye-bye.